On Sunday, October 9th, 2022, at approximately 8 p.m., four friends, 32-year-old Mike Sparks, 29-year-old Alex Stevens, 32-year-old Mark Chastain, and 30-year-old Billy Chastain, left home to go for a bike ride together. The men were known to ride their bikes to a local salvage yard. One of the men's wife had a tracking app on his phone. It is later reported that the app showed he went to the salvage yard, then the phone traveled by car to a local gas station, then onward to a second salvage yard where the phone shut off with almost 30% power still left at 8:32 p.m. and they were never heard from again. Monday, October 10th, 2022, after none of them arrived home, one of their wives made a missing persons report, followed by another one's mother. Families held a search party at the nearby salvage yard Tuesday, October 11th. Jessica Chastain told the news that she was driving around and searching for her husband, and they found his car parked near the salvage yard. They also found a bike which law enforcement came and collected. On Friday, October 14th, a 911 call was received that reported seeing something suspicious in the Deep Fork River. Officers responded and reported that there appeared to be multiple human remains in the river. Multiple law enforcement agencies worked to recover the bodies, and they have been transported to the coroner's office in Tulsa for identification. The families were notified in case it turned out to be their loved ones. On Sunday, October 18th, police announced that another body was found in a field near where the four men were found in the river, although police have not announced a victim. On Monday, October 17th, police held a press conference. Police confirmed that the bodies found in the river were of the four men. They were each shot and then dismembered before being dumped into the river. They announced a person of interest as Joe Kennedy, the owner of both salvage yards the men visited that night. Police last talked to Mr. Kennedy on Friday, then were unable to find him after. There was no evidence found at his salvage yard when they had searched, but in a field adjacent to the salvage yard, they found a horrific scene. Mr. Kennedy's car was located abandoned behind a restaurant in a different small Oklahoma town. Police also did not release Mr. Kennedy's picture. Research of his salvage yard showed in 2012 a group of men were stealing at his salvage yard, and one was shot while the others ran away. Police also mentioned that they believe the four men left that night on bikes to commit a crime, as they had a witness who was invited to go with them to go hit a lick big enough for everyone. Police think Joe Kennedy may be suicidal. They last spoke to him Friday, the day the bodies were discovered, but he seemed cooperative, and he said he knew none of the men. Anyone with information on Joe Kennedy's whereabouts are asked to call Okmulgee Police Department. So this is a map that I found. The men left a house on 6th Street, which would be about here. It was 5 to 7 minutes for them to get to the first salvage yard, which is right here. After they got there, the phone shows that it traveled by car down here to the local gas station. They have looked at the surveillance cameras, and none of the four men or their bicycles were on the cameras. After that, it shows that the phone traveled down here to the second salvage yard. It's then the phone was cut off with 30% power and never powered back on. 5 days later, they discovered the men's body right here. in the river. And now they are looking for the owner of the salvage yards. So if you have any information on him, you're supposed to call the Okmulgee police.